What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Breakdown Sportscast official YouTube channel. Chris and I have another ACC preview for you guys today. We are going to be talking about the Miami Hurricanes coming off of that defeat against the Indiana Hoosiers in the CFB National Championship. Mario Cristobal and company, Chris, have a lot in store for them in 2026. You know, the
Yeah,
grind doesn't stop. The grind can't stop.
can't stop,
Uh,
won't stop.
exactly. No Diddy. but yeah, man, Miami Hurricanes, Chris, a big year for them in 2026, looking to get back to those national championship ways, those winning ways, that the people down there in Dade County know so much about. I'll go ahead and let you lead off, Chris. What are we looking at with the Miami Hurricanes? You know, a big year. Got Darian Menza. They ripped Darian Menza away from Duke. Duke feels some type of way. So got to talk about that game. We'll talk about it a little bit later on in preview. But overall, what are we looking at in terms of this team with the talent that they have coming in to the program this season for 2026?
Yeah, we're looking at a team that, this is, I think we settled into the Cristobal era. Like he's someone that knows talent, and it took a couple years to get things to the point where he knew it could reach. But he said once we reach that level, it's on and popping. We're humming, and we're not taking any steps backwards. And I believe you look at the investments that they've made in the portal, bringing in a Darian Menza, and also bringing in one of his favorite targets too. So you bring in Menza, you bring in Cooper Barkate as well at the receiver position, someone that's reliable, um, and a very solid playmaker, someone that is very dependable. You hit the portal too. You bring in some other interesting players. You got some. You also bring in Jacobs from South Carolina, who's an athlete. Cam Vaughn from West Virginia. Cam Vaughn is someone, he had a down season last year, Kory, but I'm in on Cam Vaughn. I like Cam Vaughn a lot, and you put him in this system with a Menza at QB, I think we'll see some really good things. Um, so this is a team. I think is they're just retooling, and I don't see any drop off coming anytime soon. They've been, they've been wrecking house when it comes to the high school recruiting, and it's only getting nastier now. This is kind of going off track. These guys aren't on the team yet for this season, but you see the work that Miami's putting in just going forward. Miami's not going anywhere anytime soon, Kory. The way they are recruiting the high school ranks and also fine tuning things with the portal, these boys, they're going to be right there in the mix, probably will win the ACC. I expect this team to be a playoff team. And as we've seen with how they've performed in the playoffs, they have the pedigree and capabilities of being right there to win it all. So, and especially when you look at a guy like Mensa. This is you had Carson Beck last season, and Beck was good. I think there's probably people at the program who feel like you took a step up, you leveled up with Mensa. He isn't Cam Ward, but you feel really good about what Mensa can do for you at that quarterback spot. So I think Mario Cristobal, he's done the thing, and it will be a disappointment if this team does not win the ACC and make the college football playoff. It'll be a huge disappointment because this thing it's reached we've reached fourth gear, almost fifth gear, Kory. Like this thing is rolling. There's no excuses to decelerate and slow down and bring it back. you got to keep pressing that gas and then pushing this bad boy forward.
Absolutely. No, you're absolutely right, Chris. Yeah, you got to keep going forward. No matter what. Look, this is a time now, and we've seen the last couple of years. Look, your brethren, next door to you, or a couple blocks down the way in Florida State,
Yeah.
Florida, the Gators themselves, they've had some down years, some pretty down years, and you've been able to um grow fruit out of those down years, and you've been able to capitalize off of that going forward. So yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. They got to keep the foot on the gas and show why people want to come to Miami to play big time football and be in big
Yeah.
moments. And I think they've done that well enough where they've convinced a lot of these ballers to come to the U.
Come
And
to the
hey,
U. This your chance to do like how Alabama was doing in the prime Saban days of all the
exactly.
top talent in Alabama. You
Hmm.
don't want to go to Auburn. You want to come or you want to come here because we win it. All the
Exactly.
top guys in Georgia. You don't want to go to Tech. You want to come to Georgia because you see what we got going on. Now it's your chance to put that stamp on the state of Florida with the players in this state. Shoot, man.
It's big.
Yeah.
It's,
Yeah.
it's big time, and it's great to make that statement known, and being a program that consistently wins year in and year out and competes for national championships. And hey, you got to give it up to Mario Cristobal and his staff. They've done that. They've got in a guy like Darren Menza into the fold. It was a little bit of a fight, a little bit of a tussle between Duke and
But
Miami.
he's
But hey,
here.
they got it. Hey, he's here. That's all that matters. The check clear, and he is on campus. Oh man, but hey, I mean it's real talk, Chris. I mean that's the kind of stuff now in the NIL era. That's what you got to do to win, and also having guys on the defensive side of the ball as well to help create that narrative. Demond Wilson the second, top tier talent at Missouri. He could have went anywhere, Chris. Decided to go to
Mhm.
Miami.
Mhm.
So, guys like that, they see what they can do to be great athletes and they want to be a part of it. Kona Davis, he was a really good prospect for Nebraska.
Mhm.
Now he's there
Mhm.
on campus. So um yeah, you gotta make those moves, and they've done it. They've recruited well, just like you said, Chris. And hey, 2026 definitely looks to be a really good year for the Miami Hurricanes. So overall, Chris, we do have to look at the schedule with all of
Yeah.
this great talent that they have. For them, I think this is a manageable schedule, Chris. I don't really see too many threats outside of look. I mean, November the 7th, Saturday, November the 7th against Notre Dame. You have to
Mhm.
travel
Mhm.
to Notre Dame. That's going to be a huge game.
Yeah.
No one is going to
and
deny
it's
that.
and it's slapped at the end of the season. Like it's not even on your early games. That's what makes it so interesting. It's that late season as you hit that final stretch. Oh, we got to play Notre Dame. Okay. And
Exactly.
Notre Dame's like, oh, we got to play Miami. Okay.
Look, a big game. Look, that game right there almost knocked both of them out of the playoffs. I mean, we wouldn't even be talking about any one of them. I mean, granted, somebody had to get the short end of the stick. It was Notre Dame, and people talk about them and how the way they handled it being one thing,
Mhm.
but Miami caught a lot of breaks last year in terms of them getting an opportunity to be represented in the playoffs. Hey, if you want to make this thing clear cut, official, yeah, you got to beat a team like Notre Dame. Yeah, I know Notre Dame is going to be looking at that the same way with them heading into that game also. But yeah, I think November the 7th is going to be a massive game, Chris. Going back a little bit, the Clemson game at Clemson, October the 3rd. That's also going to be a massive game as well. They a must win game to solidify your stronghold, that footing in the ACC conference. So yeah, I think that's going to be an interesting game as well. And yeah, I think you got your toss up games. Um, September the 18th, which is a Friday at Wake Forest. I think that could be a toss up game. I'm
That's
pretty
that's
high
one
on.
of them bad juju games.
I'm telling you,
You gotta be on your P's and Q's.
exactly. I'm high on Wake Forest for a reason, folks. So, yeah, yeah. September the 18th at Wake Forest. Um, October the 17th, versus Florida State, and then Pittsburgh is always a tough go at it on October the 24th. So, a couple games here and there, Chris, that can be difficult. Even the Virginia Tech game, November the 20th, which is a Friday game. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that game could get a little wonky. And hey, yeah, that's literally one of the last games of the season before you finish off the year against Boston College. So yeah, yeah, I think it's a manageable schedule overall, Chris. But what are you looking at in terms of just the schedule?
Definitely manageable. But there's a game that's a sneaky one. Right after Notre Dame, say you're fresh off the high of beating Notre Dame, Kory.
Mm-hmm.
You got to turn around and play Duke. And I'm not putting anything past Duke. I'm not putting anything past Miami. Miami, as much as even though they made a run to the national championship last year, Kory, Miami the Canes don't mind giving you a couple scares throughout the season. That's the spot that I feel like this team better boot up and be locked in because Duke is going to be ready for Miami. They want their lick. They want their lick. Just put it like that. That team is going to be playing with a little extra oomph. Um, so I'm sure Menza and company will be ready. They won't overlook Duke. But I mean, we are talking about the reigning ACC champs, Kory. So you gotta be ready for that game. You gotta be ready for that squad.
You gotta be ready. Gotta be ready. And look, those Duke Blue Devils, they know what happened this off season. With all of the hoopla, with Darren Minza, they thought he was gonna be there, for the long haul, and now they're gonna be looking at, by the time this game is played, he's gonna be in another uniform. No blue and white. A bunch of orange and green and white. And
Yep.
Sebastian is gonna be cheering them on. So hey, this is gonna be an interesting year indeed, Chris, for the Miami Hurricanes. I mean, hey, manageable schedule. I think so. But hey, we've seen crazier things in this conference, and we've seen crazier things with Miami Hurricane football. So the games are won on the field.
Yes, indeed. There's a reason we play the game. So I think if you're a Miami fan, you're expecting 11-1. No worse than 10-2.
Yeah,
If you lose more than 2 games, things have gone terribly wrong, Kory.
yeah. No, you're right. So hey, we will see. We will see what happens with Miami in 2026.